Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Brytenwalda. Now, we are currently stationed outside of one of the Gwent's fiefs, as I believe it might be quite a good idea to take out some of their strongholds so as to weaken their resolve a little bit, especially in the war against us. And so, we will now be going in versus one of their castles, and we will be ordering the construction of sanitation to begin with. And then we will also build some equipment. That will take 90 hours. Oh my. That might take quite some time. And oh my goodness, okay, we have a non-aggression treaty almost immediately. That is very nice indeed. Okay, thank you very much. And who is that fellow there? That was one of the Gwent's vassals. Oh, I see. So he did not really want to interrupt us, which is very strange indeed. I would think that he would want to prevent us from sieging this, but it seems as though that is not the case at the moment. So here we go. We are now losing a few of our troops, but the enemy lost even more. As you can see, we only lost 9, they lost 31. So that's pretty good. In our favor, at least. And now we will continue to build and hope that none other of our actual strongholds become under siege. That would be terrible. And of course, as soon as I say that, they actually sieged Dincado. That is not good whatsoever. Okay, well, I can only hope that we have enough troops stationed at Dincado for them to hold them back for quite some time, and then I will head back there as soon as we have taken this, which is, I'm hoping, bound to be completing soon. I can only hope. Yes, it does not seem to be the case at the moment. Maybe I can call for a meeting with the castle commander. Your situation is hopeless? Yes. Oh! There we go! Okay, so he is actually doing that. Wow. Okay. Well, I didn't need to siege it at all. I only had to talk to the castle commander. That is amazing. Okay, that has actually never worked when they had 11 days remaining. They've always been very stubborn in that way. So yes, now I guess we will be taking a lot of troops. Oh my goodness, okay, I had no idea. I am gobsmacked. Great. Very nice indeed. So we only have a very small amount of space, which is unfortunate, so we'll have to be a little more choosy when it comes to recruiting our units, I guess. And let's see. Any more mediums? I don't see any more I missed a few heavy units. That would have been terrible. Okay, and we'll take one light cavalry, why not? Okay, that will be fine. And then we will loot, I suppose. There's not much loot to take, actually, because we didn't really kill anyone. And here we go. So, we want to conquer this, and I'm going to give it to Lord Alifre, even though he is still captured. We will need to find where he is actually imprisoned, and try to free him. That would be a good idea. So there we are. Now we will head to Dincado and hopefully defend it in time. So this particular fief has 69 units stationed here. Hopefully that will be enough for them to prevent any potential incursions from Gwent vassals. Although they do have a huge amount of units stationed here, as you can see. 429 in this particular fellow's army. That would be terrible for them to actually go to that castle now. And we have a real-time event. One of your new recruits dies from an illness. He carries both Woden's symbol and a cross. No one knows what he preferred most. Well, seeing as in this particular playthrough, we have been favoring Christianity quite a lot, which is quite strange. Usually I prefer to stay on the side of pretty much nothing, but it seems as though we will be going for that. As you can see, we have a very high Christianity skill, as you can see here. We have 35 relation, and it is now increased to 40. So that is very interesting indeed, and it seems as though, oh, the Uineel, no! How dare you betray us? Oh well. Okay, but yes, as I was saying, it seems as though the Gwent and the Domnonia people have formed an alliance. And, aha, here we go. They are welcome, but I don't actually have any space. How unfortunate. Okay. Well, let's hope that we can get into Dincado without too many issues. We will soon see, though, how many units are actually trying to capture it. Seems as though there's quite a few. Okay. Aha. Okay, well, I will head in here, I suppose. Hopefully they will not intercept me. No, they won't. And now we will wait here for some time. Let us see what they decide to do. If they decide to head in and go through with their siege, we will make them regret it. And, oh my, that is a big move right there. That is a very big move for one of the Ueneel vassals to attack our capital. Oh my, I am actually seething with hatred right now. Oh my goodness. Okay. That is not good whatsoever. I am now thinking that the Gwisse vassals are attacking Dinkado as a distraction, and they are not actually going to go through with the siege. So what we may want to do is attack them on the field. So I think we may actually be doing just that. As you can see, we have an army of enemies near Alich as well. That is terrible. Okay. How many do they have here? 74, 13, and 290. Let's go in. Yes, he does not know who we are either. That is sacrilege. Okay, so here we go. We will be making peace with them. No! Damn it. Okay, apparently this is not the leader. How unfortunate. Okay, we will be attacking him. Let's do this. Okay, we have 664, he has 377. Hopefully we will be able to take out these particular vassals and then head on to defend Alich as quickly as we can, because I can imagine that if we take any longer actually doing this and then traveling to Alich, we will have a rather tough spot on our hands. Because of course then the vassals from the Ueneel will have taken it and potentially tried to get a rather significant defense up at Alich before we arrive. Which would not be pleasant, that's for sure. So, let's actually see what the enemy is doing. They are actually making a move, which is extremely rare nowadays. Usually I have to cut away and wait for our units to actually travel across the map, but thankfully the AI seems to be taking a rather offensive role, which is great, to say the least. I am happy to see that. So, let us now move our units ever closer to our enemy, and we will soon see how well we do against them. Now, on a side note, I am going to be making Aithne one of our vassals. Now, all I need to do is level her up a little more, and then get her some good armor and so forth. Maybe a horse as well, because I don't believe she has a horse. And then I will be making her a vassal and hopefully be able to tempt a few more of the enemy's vassals to join us, as that is obviously the main reason for making a few companions our vassal. So that might be quite nice. Hopefully that will suit everyone's requirements. And now I will head in and get absolutely murdered. That was not a good idea. Well, maybe on the outskirts it is. Let's try. Okay, not bad. Not bad, yes. Getting quite a few kills, not bad at all. And it seems as though they are already reinforcing their ranks. So it seems as though the Gwisse and the Ueneel are working together. Even though it may be subconscious, they are attempting to gang up on us in a rather coordinated manner, which I must say is very underhanded of the Ueneel, and I should have taken them out a long time ago. That just shows you may have to take out the people that are closest to your home to be able to have a safe environment, because I don't believe anyone on the mainland would want to travel across the channel to be able to siege any of our strongholds in that particular area. So it would have been good if we took out the Ueneel to start with. Damn. Okay, well, we learn from mistakes, and hopefully not make them again, and again, and again. You never know. And that was an exceptional amount of damage, as you could see there. 294. Whoa. I am loving this weapon. Absolutely amazing. Very worth it to do that quest from the old Roman at Hadrian's Wall. Oh, yes. Okay, we can just take out a few more here. And, wow, this is actually incredible to wield a weapon such as this. Very enjoyable, to say the least, and we will be victorious, I believe, as this is the last batch of reinforcements these particular vassals are receiving. And then we will head into round 2 and be able to and deal with the next batch. Come on. Let's take him down. You take 1 damage from blood loss? Really? Wow. Okay, we must have gotten quite a big hit on us right there. I believe we were actually hit for 12, which is rather significant considering. But yes, there we are anyway. 13 renown and 11 morale. We lost very few units, as you can tell. Altan, unfortunately, was wounded, which is, yeah, not exactly something you want to see every time, but yes, there we are. 661 against 188. I think we all know how this is going to turn out, but it is a means to an end. It is to prevent the Guise from merely staying outside Dincado and feigning a siege. I believe that's what they are attempting to do anyway. And we can only hope that we will be able to reach Alich before it is taken. And I believe this is one of those times when the AI is not going to move 1 inch, so I will see you soon. Okay, so this is actually becoming rather silly now. As you can see on the map here, we are pretty much a couple of feet away from the enemy units, and they are not moving 1 bit. So, yes, this is rather amusing. And we will be charging in. As you can see, we have a rather significant line of our troops here, and hope that we will not actually get our horse killed, because goodness knows we do not want to lose our pony. Oh yes. So, let us now head in and try to take out a few of their ranged units. Aethne has now leveled up to 12. Oh yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. Hopefully getting her to level up a few times, and then leveling her strength in return as well. And then we will be able to kit her out in some of the best gear possible, or at least I hope so, because I don't really have that much money, so I'll have to do it on a small budget. So yes, we will soon see how that turns out once she levels a few more times to get the strength requirements for each piece of armor. And oh my goodness, that was incredible. Oh my. As you can see, my pony takes a lot of damage, and yes, thankfully it is not dead. That's all I can say. And it may actually die soon, or the rider might die soon, depending on how well I actually take out these few units. Ooh, that was snazzy of him to block that blow. I did not think he would do such a thing. I thought he may try to be increasingly offensive compared to defensive, but yes, never able to read units correctly most of the time, and there we are. The rest of the forces have escaped. How unfortunate. But there we are. Our pony lives to fight another day, which is always good. Okay, so we took out quite a few there, and now we have 65 of their troops remaining. So, I suppose we will be heading in once again. I was rather tempted to order our troops to attack without me, because then I would save time, and we might be able to squeeze in one more battle, or at least go to Alich and see what the situation is. But it seems as though that will not be the case this time around. Okay, well, again, I will see you soon. Okay, so here we go. We are now upon the enemy, and we will be taking them down, hopefully rather swiftly. And then we'll be able to perhaps travel to Alich and see what the situation is there before we have to end this episode off. So, let's go, guys. Come on, let's get this done. And then we'll be able to see what is happening with the Uinil and their traitorous ways. Yes. I cannot believe they did such a thing. We had such a high relation with all of them. Ah, damn. Okay. We really should have sent an emissary to perhaps take a non-aggression treaty with them. Now that I know actually how to do that, or at least accurately how to do that, then it may have been one of the better ideas. Maybe I should send an emissary to perhaps make peace. That might be a good idea. Not entirely sure whether that would work out though, considering they declared war. They must think that they have a rather significant advantage. I am a little puzzled why they actually wanted to attack Alich, because as far as I know, I have a huge amount of units actually garrisoned there. it could be that I have a large amount of prisoners rather than actual units, and that could be the reason why they have deemed it necessary to attack us in such a way, because if they are able to recruit, I believe it's 930 of my prisoners, then they will be almost unstoppable, I would think. So now, as you can see, they do have 100 relation. This guy doesn't. Oh well, I believe we will let them all go, that will be fine, and then we will just take the rest of these units as much as we can. Yes, we can take all of them, very nice indeed. Now let's see if there's any heavy units. No, I don't think. Okay, mediums, yes. Oh, there are some heavies, I must have missed them. Aha, good, okay. That's fine, at least I caught them there. And there we are, now we are able to loot and take a lot of war trophies, well 2, that's unfortunate, and a few battle trophies as well. There we go. Okay, so we are very lucky indeed to be able to defend Dinkado. I was expecting a rather long, drawn-out siege there, but at least now we can head on to Alich, and as you could see in the chat box, Matui was defeated, so that is rather unfortunate. Now, I will cut away and be able to run very fast, I hope, to Alich. Okay, so we were able to make it to Alich, and just in time, might I add, due to the enemies already being in combat with our forces. So, let us pass through the siege lines and enter. Oh yes, here we go. Okay, so yes, they do actually have a very small force, but unfortunately, I had a very small force at Alich as well. I'm not entirely sure why. I think it might be because I was continuing to take units from the garrison and reinforce my own army, and that may have resulted in a rather weak defense in comparison to many of our other towns. So yes, I believe that might be it. My own fault. Yes, that is usually the case in these particular scenarios. But thankfully we will be able to defend this no problem at all now, and they will rue the day that they caused war against the likes of Emain Matcher. So, let's take a look at the map and see how many they are sending at us. 87. They do only have 100, I believe, so it shouldn't be too bad. And let's now try to get to the front. Nope, okay, that's not going to happen. Especially not when there are so many units right there. At least maybe I can get around the side now. Yes, there we are, thank you very much. Okay, so it seems as though they have very low-level units as well. As you can see, we are mainly killing light units and missile units. So I'm actually rather skeptical about why they wanted to attack us, considering our military is a lot more menacing than theirs, by the looks of things anyway. Because from what I can remember, Lord Agasicles had 500 or something units in his army, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm very impressed by that. So I'm not entirely sure why they are doing this now. Maybe they will make an alliance with one of our enemies and attempt to divide and conquer, as it were, because I cannot be everywhere at once, and that is exactly why you guys have been advising me to get more vassals, and I have been attempting to do so, but I would not like to send Aethne out being as she is, as a very low level. And I would be a little skeptical about how effective she would actually be in these sorts of battles. I suppose these guys don't really have the best of units, so maybe it would work out rather nicely, who knows. And it seems as though we will be... I'm actually just going to charge. Let's charge, everyone. Go, go, go. Let's do it. Let's get out there. Kill these guys. It's not a problem. Let's do it. Okay, we have a small contingent of units outside here. Well, that probably won't help us out that much, but it seems as though we're doing quite well when it comes to actually defeating them. As you can see, I can take out quite a few solo as it is because of this sword. Absolutely amazing, and there we are. That was a rather good defense of Alich, because that was completely out of our depth right there. No, no, not at all, of course, yes. So there we are, we killed 30. And yes, we gained some relation with our own faction, and he was able to escape. Rather unfortunate. So yes, there we are, and we get 1 battle trophy to take. Okay, so there, as you could see, we have quite a few of the Uenil vassals escaping now. How many do they have? 162 and 74? That really is not very much. Okay. Well, anyway, I will end this episode off here, and so I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.